I'm like drilled self. I don't even remember what I was saying. I hate my life right now. And I'm wondering, why did I ever want to do this? I don't even know if my lips are still on my body.
Hey everybody, from Rock Solid Gaming, I'm Brady Godden, and you're watching The Hot Seat, where we put our guests through a series of wings to see how hot they can truly handle. The show is presented by Rock Solid Gaming and sponsored by Winging It and Rocketeer Treats. Thank you both so much for the sponsors, we really do appreciate it. On today's show, we have a special guest with us today. He is a hairstylist by day, and she is a drag queen by night, Miss Crystal Queer.
Sir, hello, Brady. How are you?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you coming on.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know you've been dying to come here and try these hot-ass wings.
Yes, I have. It's going to be quite the goat rodeo, I assume.
Yeah. And you mentioned to the production before we started that you've been doing a little bit of training.
I have. You know, I went to Toronto last week, and every single time I had any takeout, I've made sure to have the spicy option, shit myself a couple times throughout the week. But I think I'm prepared. You know, and under all of this, it holds the heat pretty well, so I think I got it.
No, you'll be fine.
I think
you'll be
got
fine. So yeah, I mean, we can just dive right into it.
Cool.
Usually I ask guests before we get everything moving, tell me, tell the audience, tell everyone about yourself, something that we don't know or whatever.
Cool. Crystal Queer, a drag performer and producer here in the city. I've been doing drag for 10 years all over the country, producing shows, you know, of all calibers, and yeah, just creating art for the queer community and just creating education for people that have no idea what in the fuck I'm doing.
Awesome. So we'll get into the stubs.
Sweet.
Did you come hungry?
I have, yes, I'm very hungry.
So this one's really, really good, actually.
Cool. Yeah, it's not too bad.
All right, well, that's the first out of 10, so
Well,
we'll see what your thought process is as we get into it a little bit more. So yeah, you were telling about yourself. You did drag for what, 10 years? And
10
you
years.
started in Toronto.
Started here.
Okay.
Started out first under the mentorship, actually, of a local entertainer here, Fashionista Jones,
Okay.
who kind of, you know, taught me the ropes a little bit. Got me in under, you know, got me some shows and some exposure. Did that for about a year. Moved to Toronto in 2015, and that's where, you know, I really found myself, and drag just took over and started doing it full time. Essentially, they're managing my full-time job as well.
Amazing. So you do work full time.
I work full time. Yes.
You are a hairstylist.
Yep. So I work at the hair factory in Churchill Square. I'm there full time, and I'm just hustling, man. Like, you know, producing 2 to 3 shows a week sometimes, and leaving work 5, 6 p.m., getting into drag, doing my shows until 2 a.m., then going to work at 9 a.m. So, like, it's
a lot.
It's quite the fucking journey, but, you know,
a lot.
Money makes the world go round, right?
No, for sure. And especially nowadays, living in Newfoundland.
Oh, absolutely.
You need the most money as you possibly get.
Inflation is real. Inflation is real.
All right, so the second wing, this is, it's only a mild chipotle. All right, ready?
Sweet, let's do it.
Let's do this.
I love wings too, so it's like right up my alley to be here.
So I asked a lot of guests, you know, kind of before we get into the heavy stuff, you flats or drums?
Drums.
Really?
Yeah, I would say drums for sure.
No hesitation.
Just easier. Like, flats are good. I actually seen one of the episodes where somebody literally, who was that? Was that Adam?
Adam, yeah.
And I ordered wings and I was like, fuck, I have to try this. And it works.
It worked good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Made
cool.
a mess when I tried it.
Oh, really?
I tried it like a couple shows after and made a mess.
Yeah, no, drums for sure. More meat, better way to go.
How was this one, for one? Because this one here kind of gets people.
There was a little jump.
Yeah, hey?
It was quite the jump, like things are tingling.
Something you weren't expecting?
No, I was expecting it for
Yeah?
sure. I expected it to go from like 0 to like balls to the wall, which it kind of has, but like I can still handle it.
All right, so this third one, jalapeno by Harpy, a crowd favorite.
Sweet. Love it.
My mouth's on fire too, actually.
How do you do this like over and over again? Is the thing, you're like insides are immune now at this point.
No, they are very much not. Like, I still feel every bit of pain you guys feel.
Gotcha.
Well,
That's really good, actually.
yeah, it's
like
a good
that.
sauce, right?
Yeah, it's great.
So, Crystal, let's dive into it a little bit more now, with the, you know, with the drag scene and stuff like that. Obviously, when you decide to go drag, you need to create a persona.
Certainly.
How do you go about creating your outfit or your persona? What's the whole?
I mean, it's a lot of work, and you always start at the beginning and build your way up, and with, creating your character, it takes time, right? Who I created 10 years ago as Crystal, I didn't even have the same drag name when I first started. It's all about like finding yourself, finding a community, and really just, going from that, right? When it comes to outfits and so on, once you reach a certain caliber of experience and, how you want to represent yourself, like every outfit that I personally have, I get all of them custom made by like a local designer here, Nicole Maddox. She makes a lot of my outfits. I source outfits from other designers all over the world, really, but, it takes a lot of time to, really get the hang of the art and the craft.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's...
So you kind of just build on it.
You do.
You start off with, a template, and then you kind of just build on your character.
Absolutely. And, as, there's mentorships and so on, and, we watch videos, we learn things from each other and so on, but it takes a lot of time to get it down. But now for me, like, it's a paint by numbers, essentially, it's just like, bam, 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 let's get it done.
Well, it's who you are.
At the door. Yeah.
At this point, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's 10 years is a long time, so it's just who you are.
It's a long time, a decade.
You say it like a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's great. Drag has taught me who I am as Dylan, in my everyday life. It's allowed me to be confident to every situation that I enter, even though I'm not Crystal is still there somewhere because it's really built me so much. It's given me such a community, so much love in my life, so much confidence, so much loss. It's so much that it's so cool. It really is.
Well, for sure. And I respect it. All right, so we're going to the fourth one.
Cool.
We're a little bit heated up now.
Cool.
Let's go. How you winging it?
Yeah, no, they're great. Winging it is definitely the best wings.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay. Obviously, elephant in the room, in my opinion, we're from Newfoundland. Newfoundland is we had a chat about this earlier, very behind in the times, right? How is the drag scene in Newfoundland? How is the crowd? Is it popular? Is it yet to be discovered?
As I said, so I did drag full time in Toronto for a number of years, and then I came back here just prior to COVID, and there were, numerous entertainers on the scene when I came back. And it was a little bit of a smaller circle, booking a show here and there a month, like probably one drag show in the community in the city within a month. And then through COVID and all that jazz, it's just flourished so much. We have honestly probably 50 plus entertainers in the city here in the local scene who honestly work their asses off, truly. Like we go out, we start a show at Velvet Club and Lounge, is one of the places where we do most of our shows every Friday and Saturday. We start our show at 11 p.m. Doors open at 10. We hustle and we do like countless performances right until 2 a.m. So it's like nonstop, like performance.
Wow.
And there's enough of variety of entertainers that we can have a different cast of show every weekend if we really wanted to, and just like rotate it through and through, So it's really cool to see drag be so popular here because we also draw in audiences of all different calibers. I mean, it depends on the venue as well, the time of the show. Like these evening shows, like at 11 p.m., they draw in a lot of the regular queer community who come specifically to see these shows. But CQ Events, which is my business that I own and run, we do dinner shows and we do brunches and so on, which we draw in, elderly 75 plus who've never seen, a drag entertainer before in their lives, and then they're exposed to it, and it's just changed their lives, and then they're loyal, they're religious customers and clients that we see all the time. So it's really cool to see how art and queerness in total has just taken over and is so accepted in, as you said, somewhere where it is 10 years behind, it's amazing. But no, drag is flourishing. It's, the Newfoundland is very woke to what we do, and it's really cool. We have packed bars every weekend.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. So this one here is Pepper North, Black Cherry, and Reaper.
Okay.
Another great one. Same company that makes these. How you find it so far?
Good. It's not too bad, actually. I'm
not too bad?
I'm like, almost halfway through.
No, it's really not too bad.
I know, but then it's like, fuck my life. Once we get, I watch this shit. It's like once you hit 6 and 7, it's like
it's a whole different
shit
show.
happens.
It's a whole new show once we get up there.
Cool.
All right.
Let's do it.
I noticed that the couple that I've been to, it seemed like comedy was such a huge factor in the shows. Is that normal?
It depends on the show you go to, but obviously, at the end of the day, I myself personally, I have body parts tucked inside of myself so far, that in 9 months' time I'm gonna have the person in the front row's baby. It's like it's at the end of the day, you're coming to see a drag show, and if you're offended easily, you never know what you're gonna hear, you never know who you're gonna see, and comedy for myself, especially when I'm hosting a show, like I always say, I'm a raging savage.
Yeah.
So like I'm always trying to bring humor into all of the shows, and it's always you have to take it lightheartedly, right?
Oh, for sure.
You're not going to fucking church. You're going to a drag show, So there's quite a bit of comedy, but it depends on the persona. You have all different types of entertainers. You have, the entertainers who are dancers who aren't necessarily microphone savvy. At the end of the day, like none of it's rehearsed, right? Like it's no filtered performance. When you can stand in front of a mirror and rehearse your number as many times as you want, but when you get up there in front of in front of people, when your name gets announced, you forget all that shit. It's just whatever comes to, it's like improv at the end of the day, right? So, and it's always about making the audience members feel important and feel special and just making a douche out of yourself, So
Have
for
some
me,
fun.
like I'm always like, the shit I do, it's very unexpected.
Now give me an example.
Well, like I'm known in the community as like the entertainer that injures themselves. Like there's been multiple times, like I can show you videos like where it's literally like hitting my head over and over and over again, and it's like just falling from.
Oh, it's like a compilation.
Oh, well, like it isn't like purposely. Like it's just like just doing the most obnoxious shit, that like I'm falling all over the place. Like a couple weeks ago, I had to leave the bar because I had an egg on my head because I fell like 6 feet from the air, upside down in the middle of the cage from Velvet. So it's like nothing is scripted,
And that's not on purpose.
Definitely
That's just your Instagram bio.
That
says
Newfoundland's
Columbia's.
clumsiest, Atlantic Canada's clumsiest.
I was wondering
entertainer.
about that.
No, I've certainly gained that name for myself.
So we're moving on to the 6th wing.
Cool.
This is Scorpion Heartbeat.
How lovely.
It's gonna be lovely.
Lovely.
All right, let's do it.
See, I like the underlying taste of this one already.
It's really good, right?
Yeah, it's great.
This is probably the last good tasting one.
What'd you say? That's the last good
tasting
tasting
one.
Great. Great.
Savor this one.
I can definitely feel that it's hitting me a different way.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this thing that you mentioned to me earlier, this drag family.
Yep.
And you said you had drag children. Mm-hmm. Quickly, briefly explain that to me.
So, I mean, in a nutshell, we all start somewhere, whenever you enter a new field of work or so on, right? And, obviously RuPaul's Drag Race has influenced, the queer community and the drag community so much. So a lot of the times you have people who want to start performing and start drag with no guidance. And, they look at their community and they see, people that they look up to, and they kind of piggyback from them, and they mentor from them. And, so I have a couple of drag children, actually, a couple in Toronto, Quinta Quarantino, Mishmash. I have 2 here, Lavender Blonde and Divine Diamond. They started out fresh, wanted some guidance, so I kind of took them in under of my belt, gave them some shows, some makeup tips, and so on. And it's really cool to see, because both of them are flourishing right now. Like Lavender, who's my drag daughter, they're a trans performer in the community, just had a baby. It's so cool to see everything come, so full circle, and they're just both thriving.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, that's incredible. How you take people under your wing, and then kind of get that family bond with them.
Well, it is, and in a lot of situations, especially for queer kids, a lot of queer kids don't necessarily have a lot of support in their biological homes, and they're upcoming and even coming out and so on. is so challenging. It can cause lives to be lost. There's so many
for sure.
crucial things. So when a queer member in our community who doesn't have that support at home finds love and support and guidance and just embracing who they are as a person elsewhere, it's family. It's unreal. So my drag family, I confide in them more so than I would confide in my biological parents, and it's beautiful to really see what drag can create.
No, for sure. Yeah. So as far as family support for yourself, is it there?
It is. Like, I've got some really great support. As I said, I grew up in a very small community, Bonavista. Vista. Growing up, going to high school, I was also pretty overweight as a child, so I didn't have it easy. So, leaving and flourishing, leaving directly after high school and essentially not coming back for 10 years, it was really cool to see. So right now I produce a traveling drag show called Girls on the Go, where we do shows in, my gosh, everywhere. We do Bay Roberts, we do Carbonear, Bonavista, Clarenville, Grand Falls, Gander. And so going to these little communities and seeing the support, like I released a Bonavista show a couple days ago for later in November, and it's half sold out now. So
really?
Yeah, man, it's
already?
Yeah, it's crazy. And going there and and it's not always about the money, because obviously getting into drag is a lot of work, and at the end of the day it's a job, right? It's money.
Yeah, but it's something you're passionate about. This is what you do.
Yeah, dude, and going home and seeing my parents and my family members, and just exposing them to what I do and them taking it seriously. It's really cool. It's really moving.
So they will go to your shows, of course.
It's always my family are always reserved table at the front of the shows.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky to have that kind of support, because
I'm very
like
fortunate.
you said, some people probably have none of that.
And
right?
it's more of a thing, than what you think of. Parents isolate their children a lot of the times because their kids want to be who they are, So it's really important to have a community outside of your family where you can really just be yourself.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, and that literally just solidifies the point you were making about the whole drag family stuff. No, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Reaper 51.
Cool, let's do it.
Enough with the BS. Let's get into this shit.
Ready for it.
All right, 1.4 million Scoville.
Okay.
Hopefully this one grabs you by the throat.
Let's do it.
This one gets me all the time. Let's do it.
Cool.
I also touch my eyes. Don't touch your eyes.
Okay, look at these fucking nails. How do you expect me to touch my eyeballs?
Yeah, but you already got some wing stuff in there. And
I know, and I'm gonna find that 4 days later.
try it out again.
As I said to you, I literally got these nails on 2 days ago for the first time. Shout out to Trish Bish, who's a entertainer in the community, who did these babies.
Yeah, whoever that is, it's crazy.
It's savage.
Crazy
But
job.
dude, I locked myself in my bathroom yesterday for half an hour because I couldn't unlock the door. Fuck these. But
wait, you couldn't lock the door?
I couldn't get the little knob off, and my partner was working, but look, they're good for this.
There you go. You probably shouldn't have picked that wing. That's the hot.
It's okay.
It'd
We'll
be
make
fine.
it work.
But no, that's funny though. You need a pair of pliers to carry around all the time.
Right? It's pretty good.
No, this one's not too bad.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
Woof.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's great. I don't like that.
That sauce?
No.
It's a lot, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're freaking right.
I don't like that at all.
You okay?
Oh, I'm great.
All right. So, drag persona, obviously, like you said, you turn to a savage bitch, right? Versus when you're yourself, Dylan.
Yeah, certainly.
Is there a quality in your persona that you would like to bring to your everyday?
I would say the confidence that comes with it, you know, for sure. And it's crazy because when you're doing your makeup, because it takes so fucking long, it's 2.5, 3 hours from start to finish, and then you're out the door. But usually for me, I'm Dylan until I put my lashes on. The second the lashes hit my face, then it's bad bitch, Crystal, confidence, here we go. Out the door, let's get a microphone in my hand and go off. So but Dylan, even I'm around people all day long, so being social with all of my clients, doing hair. But the confidence, if you would put me up here without any of this on, it would never happen.
Wow.
No, never. So even being interviewed over the phone, that fucking sucks.
It do.
Yeah, I don't like that.
We got 3 more.
I know.
I thought we only had 2 more.
So like probably the confidence from it.
Confidence
for sure.
is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like you said, once you put that makeup on, you're like totally out of your own element.
man.
And you're like, you go on the fucking stage and you're going nuts.
Certainly, and like usually when people meet Dylan and they're like, how the fuck are you Crystal? Because it's just too completely, but you know, and that's like one of the most important things by doing drag as well as like separating it, you know, because if I was who I am every day and like living my life as a man in the evening, and like if that came into like, it would be no separation and it would just consume so much of me, you know.
That's amazing though. Confidence is definitely.
I would say the confidence, you know, and it really is just because, as I said, like, you know, once you hit a stage, and I feel like every drag entertainer or queer entertainer can speak for the same thing. It's like once you hit that stage and that money starts flowing, it's game changer.
Sweet. So before we get into the next one, you said something that time. Drag kings. Mm-hmm. What is that? Is that like?
So a drag king is you know, an entertainer that identifies as a man. That identifies as a woman, and that does drag in a male persona. And they don't even have to identify as, you know, a woman. They can identify as whatever they want, but their persona of drag is male, you know? So,
okay.
So obviously I represent myself as, you know, female illusion, so a female entertainer.
Yeah.
But we have multiple great talented entertainers in the city who are drag kings, who are, you know, a lot of them typically are biological women who decided to do drag, and they're drag kings. But that's, of course, isn't always the case. But it's really cool, you know, because there's so many different types of drag. It's not, you know, you don't have to be a man representing as a woman to do drag or to, you know, provide queer art. We have AFAB entertainers who, in the community, who are, you know, assigned female at birth, who are now great drag entertainers. Like we just had a AFAB entertainer in the community, Trish Bish, win a massive Halloween competition here in the community, which is really cool to see, because a lot of the times AFAB entertainers aren't taken as seriously by promoters and producers and so on.
Why do you think that is?
I think a lot of that comes from the history of drag, and, you know, a lot of people not necessarily, you know, educating themselves on the times and just progression, you know, and who are just stuck in their ways and who don't like change, you know. But it's so awesome to see, because change is what allows me to literally sit here and eat fucking hot wings with you.
Oh yeah.
You know, like when I first started drag, or even like to think of sitting on a Monday evening eating hot wings and literally having a dinner, like it's crazy, you know. So it's really cool to see.
Everyone's kind of changing. It's just new
awesome.
times. It's new
Evolution,
times.
right?
All right, this one is the Stargazer one.
Okay.
This one's actually not supposed to be too hot, but it is. It's like 200,000 Scoville. It's not meant to be too hot, but we'll see how it hits you.
All right.
All right, and these next two, these are the ones you got to pucker up for.
Cool. Pucker that asshole. Let's go.
Yes. That's exactly what I was meaning to say. Okay.
You know what? It's not as bad as I think, but I think I'm gonna regret saying.
No, you'll know what I'm talking about in like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. This one is definitely a creeper. Okay. Now let's move away for a second. What's one weird fact about yourself that I wouldn't be able to find online?
Listen, I'm pretty open. There's not much that I tend to keep to myself, and anyone in my life certainly knows that. One, holy fuck.
It can be a weird fact.
Sideways.
It can be a weird fact or a funny fact. It doesn't have to be anything crazy.
I can't even concentrate. One thing that I don't know. I can't even focus. I can't even think.
You're good. No worries.
So I have a tendency. So I produce a lot of shows at the Newfoundland Embassy, which is a venue here in the city, and I have a tendency of running out in the middle of the street during my performance and stopping traffic.
Why? Wait, isn't it inside?
No, the show is inside, but
You run outside the building?
Oh, I run outside the building and stop the traffic and perform in front of the car, and usually jump on top of the cars. So this happened a couple months ago. Yeah, it's a good time though. It makes me a lot of money. Lots of tips. Tips come flying in, man.
But everyone inside follow you outside?
Oh no, they all watch through the windows and they live.
What?
They love it. Yeah.
You just go on out. You are savage,
like,
huh?
Halfway through, yeah. If you look me up on TikTok, you'll see it all. But no, just yeah, like unexpected, like most savage things, like yeah.
All right, let's go. 6 million, Scoville, Crystal. This one's
do
called
it.
Get Bitten. We'll do a cheers on this one, okay?
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Thank you. This one's gonna be fun.
I should mention this one is a creeper too.
Let's see.
So before we get to the end of the interview, the end of the show, what do you want to call it? I know we were chatting a bit earlier about wanting to get, you know, stuff out there to the viewers, the audience that don't know a whole lot. If there was one takeaway that you'd want to give to the viewers that are watching right now, what would that be?
I would say just educate yourself. Before you have an opinion on what I'm doing, what you're doing, or the next person, you know, is doing, educate yourself on why they're doing that, you know, and what drag does for the community. And just before, especially like, you know, a community in Newfoundland where I hate my life right now. And I'm wondering, why did I ever want to do this?
Yeah, I know. Next year, I'll do bad. That's not bad.
I would say the thing that I want people to take away is that drag is safe for everyone. You know, come to the shows, educate yourself, expose yourself to what we do, and have a riot and enjoy art and stop the bullshit. And yeah.
Just have some fun.
Just relax. Just have fun. Yeah, essentially.
You're only in the world for so long.
I don't even know if my lips are still in my body.
They're there. I can see them.
That's great.
It hurts me sometimes too. That Get Bitten is a creeper, man. You ready for this?
Yeah, I feel like my tongue's in jail.
Let's go for the NFOD.
Let's do it.
Again, before you do this, before mouth starts burning off me, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it. I know you're busy. What's your shows you got coming up right now?
Yeah, so we have a show on November 26th happening at the Bella Vista, the Snatch Game. We have 10 local entertainers who are all coming out and impersonating celebrities. Should be a really great show. We have a huge New Year's event happening at Velvet Club and Lounge, where we're actually bringing a huge name from RuPaul's Drag Race, a huge global entertainer. We're flying them in to do a huge New Year's extravaganza. I'm also about to launch a new bingo and karaoke show happening every Tuesday at the Newfoundland Embassy starting on November 7th. Listen, you can find shows every week.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. All right, let's get into this.
Cool.
No fear of death. Winging it. Thank you very much, Winging It, for the wings. I really do appreciate it. So this is the one they make at the restaurant.
Okay.
This is the one you go and you sign the waiver
That's the waiver.
for. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. You gonna eat the whole thing?
No, fuck
I'm not
you.
either. I'm not either.
It's not happening.
I don't eat the whole thing of any of them, really.
No, I don't know how you do this.
I hate myself. Actually,
I'm gonna do one more bite, I think.
that tastes good.
You're fucked.
No, there was like a weird, good taste in that. Now that is delicious.
That one's different.
Yeah.
That one hits you different,
That
doesn't
one
it?
that one might hit you a little bit different than the other ones for sure.
I tell you, that one will make your bowels go back up inside of you, that's for sure.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Definitely.
Fun. I think my lashes are gonna fall off.
It's okay.
It's really
Stare right into the camera as it happens. All right. Crystal, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We really do appreciate it. Take the last couple minutes, shout out your socials, let people know what's going on, where they can find you, and then we'll get out of here, okay?
Thank you. You can find me on Instagram at The Queer Crystal, TikTok at The Queer Crystal. If you want to find all of our shows, you can find me on Instagram at CQ Events NL, and you can find me at Call's Funeral Home in the morning.
That was perfect. That was amazing.
That was great.
Thank you very much for being on the show. I know you're dying right now. We're going to end it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you think you'd be on the show, reach out to our admin team and apply there. Go on the website and apply there. We really do appreciate you coming on the show, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're gonna end it right there. See you guys later. Bye-bye. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Holy fuck!